There's been an issue persisting in Warzone since its launch in mid-November. Almost 2 months and this issue still ran rampant. Perks not working as intended or working at all. Infinity Ward barely recognized the issue since then, but with Raven seemingly taking over the day-to-day oversight and operations of Warzone right now and right before the holiday break, it seemed like it may be addressed in that wave of adjustments right before the holidays. While it wasn't, it has been finally fixed, so today we're taking a look at this big fix for Warzone and as well a handful of other adjustments we've seen in the most recent updates to the game. The first ones since the holiday break, so as we go along, drop your thoughts below. You liking these changes made? Not so much. Whatever the case, feel free to drop it. But for those unaware, the issue with Warzone perks was pretty straightforward, but frustrating no less. Fundamentally speaking, Warzone perks were weird to begin with. Unlike Warzone 1, you could not and still cannot customize your perk loadouts or packages in this game. We have predetermined packages that only allow for a certain number of combinations that you and your squad can run, which was an immediate oddity that may have turned players off. There are reports of players being able to customize perk packages, but that was confirmed in Season 1 Reloaded briefing with Infinity Ward that it was indeed a bug and not intentional. So I'd imagine that if you're one of those lucky few that can customize your perks, Infinity Ward or Raven, whoever's truly at the helm right now for Warzone, will probably be coming for that soon to patch that up. Likely the Season 2 update, if I were to guess, the next major title update, one that requires a hefty download and can overhaul a few things on a structural level. But beyond that, one of the more frustrating parts of the game was for those perks that you were in the limited quantity, half of them didn't really even work. The base perks for the most part seemed okay, but once you ended up getting towards those more important ones like High Alert, Ghost, Quick Fix, and the other ultimate designation perks, they didn't work at all. For a while, there was a workaround, but it required you to take the default curated classes and perks, not allowing you to use your own custom weapons and loadouts, so it would only be good as a sort of secondary loadout that you'd end up getting, where you could, from a buy station, loadout drop event, or stronghold, get the weapons and air quote perks that you wanted, but with some of them not working, you'd have to get another loadout to end up going to those default classes and then swapping back to those weapons after you chose them. But even those, to a degree, started to not work after a time. That went on for, again, just about 2 months until Raven yesterday tweeted, "We've released a fix addressing an issue that prevented ultimate perks, including High Alert, from working as intended." High Alert was the one that kind of was always the main focal point of this sort of issue, though others did persist. Ghost had issues, Quick Fix had issues. The entire ultimate category was bugged, but for whatever reason, High Alert was that one that always was seemingly the one that was broken and also then ended up getting reported along the way. Now, it's great to hear from a functional perspective that this was fixed out. Personally, I've been unable to get on and test it for myself just yet. I'm currently plagued with the game_ship.exe issue with my Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 application. I can't last more than 10 minutes without the game crashing right now, even just on the menus. So if you're wondering why probably this gameplay and some other recent videos are reusing gameplays we've already shown on the channel, I apologize. It's not ideal. It's just I straight up cannot play the game right now until I get this fixed. Despite adjusting and trying any and everything I can think of, it's still just not working. So that's a different dilemma for a different day. But from what I've heard and seen, however, this seems to be working as intended now with the ultimate perks, which is definitely nice. Even though we can't choose our own individual perks, it's nice that we have those ones at our disposal working correctly. Finally. That said, with perks working now, it's definitely worth discussing the pros and cons of the packages and maybe giving you my picks here on what I'd recommend. Vanguard comes along with the Double Time, Bomb Squad, Resupply, and High Alert perks. This one's been my go-to since the launch of Warzone 2, truthfully. The Double Time sprint increases as well as the resistance to explosives feels like a nice help a lot, while Resupply has been really helpful, and now with High Alert actually working, I'll get pings when an enemy is aimed on me, which will help out not only avert incoming fire, but alert me to where my squad should be looking for our next engagement, because it's unlikely that it'd only be one guy on a squad of 3 or 4 and would be fully surrounded, so we could know where we'd be taking an engagement and get ready for that. The next package of Commando includes Scavenger, Strong Arm, Fast Hands, and High Alert. Scavenger is one of those perks that I don't normally consider to be super useful by comparison, especially in Warzone 1 when you take perks of your own choosing, but with what it's bundled with in this, it's not a horrible pickup, giving you guaranteed ammo and an extra plate from dead players. Late game, that could really come in nice handy. Strong Arm, it's nice to see exactly where your equipment will land when thrown. Fast Hands, just for the sake of swapping weapons faster, very viable and decent choice to consider. And then High Alert, obviously, as we just mentioned, really solid choice. The Spectre package comes with Double Time, Tracker, Spotter, and Ghost. Double Time is definitely nice. Tracker can be, but once you're in the larger open areas of Al Mazrah, it's not really as useful. Spotter, entirely up to you. I don't find myself coming into contact with enough equipment that I find it too useful, but it can be. And then Ghost, That's the part of the package that maybe I'd actually consider though. But given that UAVs are not as abundant as they were in Warzone 1, it might be knocked down in value ever so slightly. Scout comes along with Scavenger, Strong Arm, Focus, and Ghost. This one's a bit more valuable in my opinion than Spectre, with Focus and Ghost being the main focal points. Focus allowing for more flinch resistance, which in gunfights, especially at a distance, is huge. Mix that in with Ghost and you have a valid package if you want to stay off the radar. The Sentinel package includes Battle Hardened, Bomb Squad, Cold-Blooded, and Quick Fix, and this one's worth considering just because of the ultimate to me, with Battle Hardened helping with flashes, stuns, EMPs, gas grenades, shock sticks, and snapshot grenades, Bomb Squad helping with grenade damage, Cold-Blooded helping to not trigger high alert and more, and then Quick Fix regenning health as soon as a player is killed or a plate is inserted. It's not a bad package for, ironically, the more so aggressive and rushing player despite being named Sentinel, the dubbed name for campers given by Infinity Ward pre-launch. Warden includes Double Time, Strong Arm, Fast Hand, and Quick Fix. This is my personal second favorite. Aside from Strong Arm replacing what would be Bomb Squad, this is near a perfect package for my playstyle. I love to run with Double Time. Strong Arm is nice for that throwable preview though. I would like to take some explosive resistance. Fast Hands for that weapon swapping, and then the ability to regen health quicker is absolutely massive. Weapon Specialist comes along with Overkill, Strong Arm, Spotter, and Survivor. Overkill isn't too necessary when you consider the value of other perks and other packages in my opinion. Spotter, again, not too valuable. Survivor isn't bad because of the information that it gives teammates when downing a player and the ability to revive players faster, but this one's a package that's just kind of there for me. And then Recon comes with Double Time, Tracker, Focus, and Birdseye. This one was a solid package, but it was incredible pre-patch as Birdseye was taken out of the packages because it was so broken and OP. It would constantly show UAV pings all around the map for everyone's strongholds, black sites, enemy, and friendly UAVs, not just stuff that you and your squad controlled. If it gave info, Birdseye showed it. Now it's just kind of solid. I'd take others before it. So if we're talking personal recommendations, Vanguard or Warden are my number 1 and number 2. Scout or Commando 3 and 4. Sentinel maybe 5, maybe a little higher just because I'm a little biased with that double time. Spectre at number 6. Specialist and Recon probably tied for 7 and 8. So do with that all you what you will, but perks fixed, great help here in Warzone 2. But before we jump into a few other things of note on a smaller scale as of today's update, before we jump into that, if you enjoyed the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, you'd like to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and DMZ, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you in the community. As well, if you want to take advantage of a 20 to 30% off discount for G Fuel, code Espresso is bumped up on certain items, so if you want to try something out for the very first time or grab a restock, now is as best a time as any. Link in the description below if you're interested. But now, let's talk about the final adjustments here made to Warzone in the last 12 to 24 hours. Beyond that, as of today, with a playlist update, which we'll touch on in just a second, we also saw that the restock public event was disabled as it was bugged and causing dropped loot by players to disappear when picking stuff up. Obviously not something we want to see happen, but right now there is no ETA for that restock event to return, but hopefully soon because that can be a lifesaver late game if you need to regain. And then finally, as for your playlist update on the Warzone side of things, here we have Mini Royale Trios, Battle Royale Quads, Battle Royale Trios, Battle Royale Duos, and Battle Royale Solos up on deck. That was the final thing here that in terms of the playlist update was added in as of today. So that's what we ended up seeing here changed out for Warzone in the last 24 to 48 hours. Again, a nice adjustment here on the perk side of things, something that functionally changes the way that we need to approach Warzone gameplay sometimes, and now should allow us to play how we're supposed to. But for now, that's what we're gonna call it. Just wanted to fill you guys in on this little update. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys using any of the perk packages that we recommended in regards to the order in which we'd recommended it? Anything you guys like out of it? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing running all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and anything COD related. But for now, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.